Since you've been away, I've been down.
We got 33 TV, holding it down for the Bromsey. Peace.
Wagwan, what's popping, what's cracking, what's good? It's Decide for Life, 33 TV. We got a special guest in the studio. Yo fam, introduce yourself, man.
Name's Urban Monk, beat maker, producer, artist developer.
Okay.
Etc. etc.
Wicked, man. Urban Monk, man. That's an interesting name, man. Where did you get that name from?
For people, people that know me, I'm a kung fu head.
Okay.
And actually, my original name was Bitter Monk.
Okay.
And that came from a kung fu film called I Am Monkey. But just because of the way that I was growing up and that, it was actually a DJ Mega Stress that called me. He was like, you should be called Urban Monk.
Oh, right.
I'm not going to go into the reason why man's called me Urban, but that's how it all came about, really. Yeah, man. So you best make sure you get me. So I blame Mega Stress for that name there back in the day.
Alright, so if you see Urban Monk in the street, don't cause you no trouble because you might get a karate chop in your neck back. Anyway, yeah. How did you start? How did you start in the game?
Well, my mum, she's a reggae singer.
Okay.
And she used to go and when she used to go and watch the band jam, if she couldn't find a babysitter, she just used to bring me and make me sit in the corner and I just used to watch them jam. Okay. And then when they had the break, I used to go and play on the drums and ramp on the guitar and the keyboard, and it just kind of sprung from there, really.
Okay.
Yeah, and I ain't looked back since. You know what I mean? So. Okay.
Was there like a pivotal point in that period where you thought, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life?
Yeah. It was around the time I got the name Urban Monk. I used to back knackheads with Mega Stress, and that we used to be in a crew called Full Metal Jacket, and it all kind of just sprung from there when I was making beats at college and stuff like that.
Okay, okay.
And when I found myself like not going down and prepping gal and all them things, I was just in the studio. Yeah, that's what I knew. Yeah, this is me, the music thing.
Okay.
So it was just like, yeah, and like I said, I ain't looked back since, man.
Alright, how would you describe your sound?
I think my sound, the perfect way to describe my sound is universal. Because I'm inspired by good music, and there's all sorts of good music, loads of different genres. If it's good music, I'll be inspired by it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I could describe it. It's just I draw my influence from different types of genres.
Okay.
And just try and put it into the one sound in it.
Who are or what genres or what type of who are your main influences in the game?
I think for me, DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Marley Marl, those kind of producers. I like composers like Bernard Herrmann, the film composers.
Okay, okay.
Ligeti. These are people I've sampled from over the years and stuff like that, and I always go back to them, like Ennio Morricone. I could name loads, okay. But those ones I've mentioned, I always go back to them. So I suppose they're like my main influences, man.
Okay then.
Obviously my reggae music, I can't forget that. My mum would kill me.
Alright then, so in your whole journey of production, who have been the most memorable artists that you've worked with?
I worked with.
And why?
But it has to be Moorish, because they're like the guys that kind of elevate. That for me, it was the moment where people started to get to know me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all the work that I did with them, you know what I mean, and the touring and stuff like that. That was, yeah, for me. And they're the lads as well, man. So it's kind of, yeah, them are the guys that kind of
started. It's progressed from there. So like, what about like recently now? Because the game's changed a lot.
Alright, well, I think for the most interesting artist that we've got to work with, it's got to be Wiley, ain't it? Yeah, I mean, he's a character and a half, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, we work really well together. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We have our disagreements, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's any producer artist. If that isn't there, then
you haven't got no chemistry.
There's no chemistry in it, and I think we work really well together. He sounded nice on the beats, and the ideas were flowing, and it was really good to work with him. I learnt a lot from him as well, still.
Okay, then who would you like to work with?
I would love to work with. Everybody laughs when I say this. Beanie Siegel.
Okay, why is that?
Because I just think he would sound wicked at my beats, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what it is? It's just, you know, I listen to voice as an instrument, and I listen to lyrics.
Okay.
But for me, it's about the voice. It's about the way the voice sounds and the vibe that the voice brings, and that. And yeah, I'd love to work with him, and you know, people like Boss there, and I'd love to work with Scarface as well.
Okay,
You know
then.
what I mean?
That's nice. Next question I want to ask you is, what do you think of the Birmingham music scene at the moment, right now?
You know something? I think it's bubbling.
Okay.
You know, it has. There's the thing about the Brum scene is it has its moments. There's times when it seems like nothing's going on, and there's times when everything's just popping. And studio, you know, you go to a studio in a jewelry quarter, and you know, with every studio you go in, it's just ram. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I love about Brum is that, you know, the studio scene is just, you can't beat it, man. You know what I mean? And the fact that the studios are all in the one area, all the best ones. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, for that alone, and I just wish that all these people would just connect. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, if we was all to connect and just move together or do an album together, it'd just be nuts. For change,
technology, and social networking has obviously played an important role. It's changed the game a lot. What would you say are the advantages and disadvantages of that?
The disadvantages of technology for me is, to be honest, it's made me lazy. It's like even with my sampling, I do like to sample, even though I haven't sampled a lot recently. It's like I've got all my vinyl back there and stuff like that, but I can't be asked to get up at my seat and put the rest. So I go to the YouTube and just find the sample, type it in, blah blah blah. But what happens there is I lose the sound of the vinyl, the authenticity of all of that. I lose all of that. So I will never ever like completely lock off vinyl at all, man.
Okay then.
In fact, now that I've said that, I'm gonna stop using YouTube, the whole YouTube.
And get back
I gotta get back on the vinyl, man. Yeah.
All right then, nice. So have you got any upcoming projects coming? Let the people know what you're coming with, what's happening.
Yeah, well, you know, I've never put anything out before. You know what I mean? I've always like sold my beats and people put it out. But this year, I'm putting out a whole load of shit, man. I got the Opium coming out, which is me and OP.
Okay.
OP, UM, Urban, whatever. I got my cousin, he's up and coming, his name's Status.
Okay.
Status RGB from doing his thing down London, but we've almost finished that one. And then we got the Wiley EP, and which is going to have lots of special guests on it. Okay then. And then I've just...
Is that the one that is called Evolve or...?
No, this is a new one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still in the works. We've recorded about 15 tracks. A few people have heard, some of them have been out, like tracks like Party Pooper and Space Invader, they've been on the internet and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm doing a proper EP, it's going to be an Urban Monk verse Wiley with special guests. And that's going to hit around, I'm hoping June, hoping around June times. And then obviously I'm working with Rodney P at the moment, you know what I mean, doing a couple just good hip hop tracks. Okay. So I think he's looking to drop that album actually quite soon, as soon as I get the tracks back to him. So yeah, there's a few other little things in the pipeline as well, which I'm not going to go into because they just need to be confirmed, but they're real big things. Okay, so just good look.
Be ready for that. Last question, obviously, because of technology, there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of good talent out there, and there's a lot of rubbish out there. For advice for producers and artists, you get me, as a guy who's been in the game for a while, if you want to get noticed in this massive traffic of talent and this mess that's happening at the moment, what advice would you give to people in the game?
All the advice I can give is just be different. You know what I mean? A lot of people are sounding the same. Yes. You know what I mean? Which is, for me, is frustrating. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's the whole, like you say, the technology and the way the music's sounding now. It's all that down south, and don't get me wrong, I love my down south music. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta just, you know, you gotta do something different, man. Yes. You know what I mean? And I think that's all I can say about that. Just be different, be creative. You know, that's why I rate a man like Labyrinth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People probably think, what is that guy's creative, man.
He stepped out the box, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And I respect him. You know what I'm saying? And there's other producers there, man, like. This whole, even Dr. Dre is, you know, forever consistent, and it's just because he's creative, and you know, he keeps it different, he changes the game every time, and that's what it's about, man.
All right.
You know what I mean.
Well, wicked man. If people want to hear you on SoundCloud or YouTube or check you out on the internet, where do they go?
Well, my SoundCloud is absolutely crap. You know what I mean? That's technology. You know, my SoundCloud's shit, man. But you can find me on SoundCloud at Urban Monk. It's just some old pop tunes, man. And then you can get me on at Urban Monk _UK, which is my Twitter.
Okay.
And I don't do the Facebook thing. Can't be asked with that, man.
Okay.
And you can find me on the SoundCloud, Monk Urban.
Alright, well there you have it. 33 TV, Urban Monk. Watch out. Big things are happening in Birmingham.
Soon, man.
Pow! Actually, before I go, have you got anything you want to show the people quickly?
I'll play you a sneak preview of the Opium.
Exclusive material.
This is featuring Mike JLC, Malik MD7. You know what I mean? It's an interesting track.
Okay.